Hi guys, I'm John.
I'm Alex.
And we are Stereo Input. We came to you this morning and I am significantly sweatier and more injured than I was when we spoke to you earlier.
It's what happens when you longboard around a college campus.
The Super Bowl was last night. And
it was indeed. Go Patriots!
The Super Bowl was last night, and as entertainment commentators, we felt the desperate need to talk about the Super Bowl halftime show. And I think I speak for both of us when I say we were a little worried about Lady Gaga being the headliner.
That's accurate. That's mostly, to be completely honest, prejudice on my part. I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. And my knowledge of Lady Gaga has been radio hits, the songs you can't avoid. And it's not to say that they're bad. It's just to say that, it's not the greatest thing you've ever heard. But so I was a little skeptical.
It being Lady Gaga made me a little worried that it would all be lip synced, that it would all be, overly choreographed, and it actually felt pretty spontaneous.
It did, and I think that's part of the fact that, to my knowledge, Lady Gaga choreographs everything herself.
I believe you're right about that.
Which is why it looks what some people would consider a little more erratic. It just looks more spontaneous, and I think it kind of goes with the music a little better.
Yeah. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, she writes the music. I think she would have the most insight into how to write dancing that goes along with it.
And actually, she showed off some pretty daggum good dance moves I didn't know she had in her up there. I was like, okay, busting it out, huh?
I'm just forever impressed by the fact that she just jumped off the roof of the stadium.
I mean, just cool. Straight up. That took balls.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would have done that. That's hardcore.
I actually somewhat I think I would. Just because if someone was like, hey, bungee jump off the roof of the stadium, you won't die, I promise. Okay. I'm gullible like that.
It happens.
But the other thing I was quite impressed with is her live. She actually sang. She didn't lip sync very much.
That is true.
And for all the dancing and swinging and spinning and spinning in midair that she was doing, I thought she sounded great.
Oh yeah, which I was impressed with. There's a reason that a lot of the kind of pop stars who dance don't have
their natural vocals.
Yeah, they don't do live vocals because singing and dancing at the same time to that level, it's hard. But she killed it.
I mean, honestly.
It kind of makes me wonder a little bit. Back, I think a year or 2 years ago, the Red Hot Chili Peppers were featured at the halftime show, and their instruments were unplugged. It was all pre-recorded music, which was kind of a drag for me, because Red Hot Chili Peppers are my favorite band. So I have to wonder about the politics of why Lady Gaga was allowed to sing, but the Chili Peppers couldn't play.
Gaga's a bigger name right now than the Chili Peppers are.
Oh, no doubt. That's definitely my...
Your issue?
No, it's not really an issue. That's my running idea for it. It's the fact that if Lady Gaga demands to perform live, that carries a bit more weight to it.
Than Anthony Kiedis or Flea?
Exactly.
She blended her songs together quite nicely.
Very well, yeah.
Her whole performance was kind of one big medley.
Yeah, it was, and it was done really well. There weren't any too abrupt changes that kind of jarred you out of the moment.
Yeah, and, for all the people who were incredibly worried that it would get political, because I saw all sorts of headlines going into this saying that Lady Gaga had made statements she was going to make it political and things like that. Yeah. And I never noticed that.
Yeah, I think there might have been a subtle politics to it. Primarily, in my looking at it, going from God Bless America into This Land Is Your Land, it's kind of really hitting home the whole unity thing, we're all Americans, that sort of thing. But it definitely wasn't a Beyonce level
get the Black Panther suits
thrashing
out.
Of the establishment.
But no, for people who said it was going to be overly politicized, I thought it wasn't at all. And if there was a political message there might have been, but it wasn't so in your face that it would really bother anybody.
buried under 10 layers of spandex.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Her role in society is to sing some fun, if maybe low quality, but very catchy music, and then go out and perform said music while shaking her butt. To be fair, she does it in a very entertaining way.
Also true.
And you know what? Even then, I don't think that was as sexualized as it could have been, or as Super Bowl performances in the past have been.
Also very true.
And especially not for the history that I think Lady Gaga has with that subject.
I'm just glad that, we didn't see her rappel down from the ceiling in a dress made of meat.
Yeah?
That was a bold-fashioned statement once. Twice. Might have been too much.
Fashion advice from John and Alex. One of our largest qualms we had with the albums that we reviewed this morning were that several of them took themselves too seriously for their own good. And I think that speaks to the artist's view of their own music.
Exactly.
Whereas I don't think Lady Gaga it doesn't seem like she's taking herself too seriously.
Yeah, I would say that she understands just what her music is meant to be, and that's refreshing.
Well, I feel like she has to. I mean, she choreographs her own dance numbers. I think she understands that she writes I don't know if she writes her own music, but she puts out catchy tunes that people can dance around to and kind of not think about. It's not thinking music, but it's fun music.
Exactly.
Actually, one thing that I got from this performance that I was a little surprised by was how it sounded like they didn't have any effects on her voice, hardly.
Yeah, they might have just done a little bit of reverb or something, but in general it was very, very clean.
It was, but my point to that is she often sings in her songs with very heavily processed vocals.
Yeah.
And, it sounds auto-tuned, audibly, which confuses me a little bit, because if anything, at this performance, she proved that she doesn't really require it.
I think part of that is just the trend. Because for a while, auto-tune used to be,
Just trendy.
Yeah, it used to just be the thing. Now everyone's a hipster, everyone's a minimalist. And as a result of that, I feel like we're getting a lot less unnecessary layering of effects in music.
One of the few positive contributions hipsters have made to society.
Yeah.
That's about all we have to say. We are both happy we watched.
Oh yeah.
Stay tuned for more fun videos coming from us. We're going to have lots more coming out in the near future. Fun things planned. Anyway,
Very many fun things.
thank you. I've been John.
I've been Alex.
And we have been Stereo Input.